guys, this is Chloe. This is my tips and tricks to a college semester video. I got this idea after doing my college supplies and update video. So I thought that this would be a learning experience for people who are new at college, or they've been going to college for a while but haven't had all the experiences, and some people just know everything that's on this video. So either way, it might be a fun experience relearning some of the things. First of all, it starts before you even get into the classroom. So as soon as the college list of classes comes to your college website, it's a good idea to look through all of those times and teachers and days that you have the options of choosing to research what you want. So when the time comes and you're going to be choosing classes, you know exactly what you want. To help you choose exactly what you want, probably go on ratemyprofessor.com. It's a tool to help students to understand how the teacher interacts with their students, or how the teacher grades how she or he is in general. So there's lots of different ideas from students that they share with you so that you can understand what you're getting yourself into. Not only that trick, you also have to consider times, what times you will be able to even be able to go to classes, or if it's an online class, and that's pretty simple because you can do it whenever you want. And of course there'll be updates or things that you'll have to do at certain times, but it won't be as time constricting into one part of your week. So Rate My Professor and times, those are the two things you have to watch out for. And also, if the time gets in the way of what professor you want, sometimes it's a trade-off, like what's more important to you, that time to be in class or that professor that you want. So the next trick is write down your registration date. If you have a day planner, it's really good to just write it down real fast. It usually comes with a time, a day and a time, to make it easy for you to be able to access as soon as you can. So the day and time is important to remember or to write down on your day planner. So since you have everything planned, you have your classes, the class times, the professors you want, then it should be really easy to just input that information in your registration time, and usually you'll get your classes that you need. If you're a veteran, or not veteran, but you're a seasoned student, it's usually easier as long as your GPA is good. But if you're a new student and you are just starting out, your time usually might be later than you had anticipated. So some of the classes might be full, or you're put on a wait list, or you might not even be able to get that class at all. But you are still eligible to go to that class, even if you're not on a waiting list or a part of the class enrolled into the class or anything. You can still go to the class for however many classes that you want. When you're there, the teacher will know that you're there if you say your name and you're consistent with being there. They might even be able to add you on the wait list or add you into the class if you're persistent enough. But I actually had a psychology teacher that said she liked my persistence. I wasn't even on the class list or waiting list, but she liked how we proceeded to go, even though she was telling us, oh, it's not likely, and it was kind of her reverse psychology kind of thing to get us to leave. But we wanted to take that class and that teacher so much that we just stayed for another extra couple of classes, and we ended up being on the list. So waiting lists are like, you're not enrolled into the class, but you are eligible as soon as the next person drops out. So what I mean as dropped out is like they didn't show up for the first 3 days or so that you are eligible to get into their spot. And you want to try to get on the waiting list as soon as you can. That's just by you registering for those classes as soon as you can. So your first 3 classes are the most important classes that you will take, because the first 3 classes, the teacher can drop you if you are not present. If you're there, that's great, you can continue on the class, but if you miss a day or you're sick, you have to report to the teacher and tell them exactly why this is an emergency, that you're not there, or else you will be dropped. So those first 3 classes, really want to make an effort to go, just for that reason, if you're really committed to taking that class for the whole semester. So the next thing you should know is preparation. So preparation for the class is pretty easy, because there's things like Amazon.com or Chegg.org where you can buy books and supplies for cheaper than they would be at a college bookstore. So usually there's a discount, especially if you rent a book, then it's a lot cheaper than if you would buy, or if you find something on another website that I don't know about. Like I'm sure there's lots of other ones, but I really like Amazon and Chegg.org or com, whatever you call it. And those have been my majority of my books that I've gotten cheaper for there, and they can be up to like 1/10 of a price that they would be at the bookstore, so they are really worth checking out at least. So other supplies, that's usually all you need. Usually the access code books you can't find anywhere else other than the bookstore, so don't let me lead you wrong and say, oh, an access book can be found on Amazon.com or anything like that. They have to be found probably at the bookstore, or they could be found at a website, but your best bet and your safest bet is to go to the bookstore and just buy the access code book at the bookstore. That's the only really, really big expense. So other than that, you would probably just need to attend every class, unless there's emergency or you're sick, because you really do miss a lot when you do not show up. A friend can tell you or write down notes for you, but it's really not the same experience of learning when you're just getting the information secondhand. You can also miss quizzes or things that are detrimental to your grade, and so your best chance of succeeding in a class is just to attend every class. Teachers can pop in things like quizzes or information that you need to write down for your future classes that you might not catch when you're not in class. So Trying to think anything else. Yeah, I've been into classes like so many times, more than I am willing to admit on the internet, but I picked this location because I had a chemistry class and we were doing a science experiment. Actually, it was biology, and we were doing a science experiment on the dirt and how much certain things are in the dirt. But yeah, other than that, you could have a lot of fun with college. Different classes teach you lots of different things. Yeah, some classes, it might be a good idea to make sure that you have classes close together so that so you're not stuck at school the whole day. Watch out for that, even though it's like you think, oh, I'll just go home or I'll go do something. You get bored when you're just at school for a couple hours in between classes. So it's a good idea to like schedule them close together depending on your work or schedule or family schedule, anything like that. For now, that is all the information that I can think of. If you guys know any more tips, there's always the comments, and you can interact with each other, obviously, with comments under comments, telling each other how things work in your school, because that's my school and they might be a little bit different. Usually across the board they're pretty similar, but yeah, I hope you liked this video and I hope it maybe taught you something that you didn't know. Subscribe and come back for more videos.